Hi, I'm James Schillinglaw. I'm here once again at Virtuoso Travel Week, and I'm here with Gilad Berenstein, who is with Brook Bay Capital. Now, why is he with me? Well, he is actually an advisor. He's actually on the Virtuoso board. And more to the point, he hosted a really great technology summit, which unfortunately I missed, but that's why we're catching up here. We're going to talk to Gilad about that and technology and travel and a whole lot more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Gilad, first of all, it's great to see you. You and I have been attending these events for about 10 years now.
About a decade now, exactly right.
And you're still here. I'm still here. Pretty good.
That's a good thing, I think.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about, because last year was the first year you had this technology summit. I don't know what you called it.
Yeah, the Travel Tech Summit.
Yeah, it's a Travel Tech Summit. It's the second one, and you invite sort of notable technology companies, both that apply to travel advisors, but then you do some from the outside as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The basic idea is that we cover 5 themes and we cover them from a few different directions. So I begin by giving kind of an academic overview talk about the themes. Then we have some very large corporate technology company innovators, some analysts, and then a whole bunch of startups doing things on the ground.
Yeah, so they're all involved in travel in some way. Although I remember last year's one, I did go a little bit to last year's as well, and there were some things, some technology firms that you might want to think they're competitors to travel advisors, right?
Yeah, well, the first time I went to Symposium in Berlin a decade ago, I had a startup called UTrip, and I think half the people...
That's what I remember when we first met. Yeah.
Exactly right. That's exactly right. And half the people there thought I was trying to take them out of business, and the other half thought I was giving them a superpower. And I think that has never changed. And of course, I believe in the world we live in today, adopting technology in any business, including a human-focused one like being a travel advisor, is critical for success. Absolutely,
and you found that out too, and now you've been an advisor to Virtuoso, and you're even on the board of Virtuoso now, right?
Yeah, exactly right, for 7 years now.
Wow, that's amazing, and and you actually go to the Virtuoso parties too, because I know.
Well, that's the best part.
That's the best part. Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about this technology thing. With yesterday, this was a Saturday, 2 days ago. What really impressed you? What were some of the technology firms and products that you saw that really are out of the box innovative?
Yeah, absolutely. So we put the startups into 4 categories. Those were ones focused on agencies and advisors, on suppliers, sustainability, and then artificial intelligence. And within there, the most popular track was the artificial intelligence. Of course, that's what everyone's thinking about right now. So one standout was a company called Legends, which uses information on your phones, like the photo you take, to build a traveler preference profile about you that allows an advisor to get a lot more information a lot more quickly, and then to pass that information along the chain to a hotel, a DMC, whoever else may be helping you with the trip. So they were a standout. And then on the sustainability side, there was a whole bunch. One's a company called Kind Traveler, which is working to ensure that every time you go to a destination as a trip, some of the money that you're spending there goes to a charity or a local organization.
That's an interesting one. Yeah, very, very beneficial to society.
Exactly right. And then there we had 2 companies working on aviation. One was working on hybrid electric airplanes, and one was working on hydrogen powered airplanes. And of course, a huge percentage of the emission we make when we travel is how we get there. So that was a really important innovations.
So it's not just things that are going to help travel advisors in their day-to-day business, but things that are going to help travel, tangentially in transportation, in helping communities, things like that. Yeah.
Exactly. And also on the AI side, one of the things we really want to do is make sure that these business owners have a view of how the economy is going to change, how society is going to change. Even if it's not impacting their business today, this is going to impact their business very soon. So we think it's important to highlight that.
And what is your view? I mean, everybody's trying to get their head around AI, and I can't tell you how many talks I've seen on AI, and some of them are really interesting, and some of them I come away saying, it's not really there yet. Yeah. I mean, look, in my own profession, journalism, we're talking about how can this affect, and I have put press releases into ChatGPT and got them edited. I think it'll work. Yep. But what is the application for a travel advisor of the AI? Should they be worried about it? Should they just embrace it and see what can work for them?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's like imagining when the World Wide Web launched into existence in the late 90s and early 2000s. We all had to experiment. We all had to try. It's not like we got it right in the first try, but that was really important. And we didn't give up on phone or other things right away. It took us a while to adopt these things, and AI is the same. So I say this is very different than some technologies that might be here for a year or two. AI is going to change the way that our economy and technology works forever. So what I tell businesses is you don't have to have a forever strategy today, but you also can't put your head in the mud. You got to find the middle ground.
But again, if people think this is a threat, it's not necessarily.
No, it is not a threat. I mean, it's a tool. So I say this is my number one line about AI. AI is just a tool used by people to accomplish their goals. And we have all the excitement and all the threats that people have with any tool we've ever created as humans.
Just as internet was a tool, all these other things, they were all supposed to eliminate travel advisors. And guess what? Travel advisors are here and probably stronger than ever now.
Totally. I mean, human connection is going to matter more in the future than it mattered in the past. And it mattered a lot in the past. And AI is not only not going to change that, it's going to enhance that. And, I'm an optimist. So I think a future of a travel advisor is one that focuses on creativity, relationships, ideation, the stuff that people love about being a travel advisor, and a lot less about putting data into systems 3 different times and all the other stuff they have to do.
Well, you've been around, as I have, the last 10 years watching Virtuoso work with technology, and they had a program for a while where they kind of picked a few technology firms and they decided which one was the best, and then they would become a Virtuoso supplier, or at least at least to see how it worked out, and they got a lot of feedback. You don't have that program quite yet, but you got similar things now, right?
Yeah, well, we have a much more modern philosophy, which is an open philosophy. So we have our tech partner program that we launched about a year ago, and the idea is not to have one winner in every vertical, but to have a diversity of options, because of course, if we look across the network, we have a bunch of different types of agencies and a diversity of advisors within there, and we're going to have a bunch of solutions. So the idea is to have an open marketplace where we bring a whole bunch of tech solutions that we vet, that we make sure are quality and secure and private, all the things that really matter, but that there's provided options to our members. And the other thing we're building is a platform that allows for interconnectivity, meaning when there's a new itinerary software that you want to try, if your systems are already connected, it will automatically flow, as opposed to the months of effort they have to do now.
So you're looking at new technologies and how they might benefit advisors all the way through. Now, I assume you're going to have the summit next year as well?
Absolutely, and we want to do it even bigger next year. I don't know exactly what it looks like yet, but we're excited to, just like we iterated from the first to the second, we're going to try to do that again.
No, I'm looking. So next year I'll make a point of coming and taking a look, because it is really interesting to see what these firms are and what they're doing. I mean, you and I have been looking at these. There was a whole bunch of itinerary builders that was very popular. There's a lot of different things, and it used to be they had to have some kind of application. But it sounds like you're branching out and looking at other technologies that just overall can help travel.
Yeah, and also capabilities. So one of the companies we highlighted is called Travel Wits. And they have an AI capability that can look at the type of experience your customer wants to have and give you a whole bunch of options that provide different dates, different prices, different commission structures for you to decide what the right options are. And instead of you having to research every single one of these, it will automate that work for you and probably give you things that you didn't look at or didn't think of on your own, allowing you to take care of your customer while hopefully making a little bit more money.
And it's not to replace you, it's to give you as an advisor an added benefit to see and then you take your knowledge and say, does this really work?
Yeah, it's your superpower. I mean, the analogy I like to use is that very soon it's going to be irresponsible to see a doctor who doesn't have a great AI assistant to find the right research for your conditions and your needs. And it'll be foolish to have a financial advisor who doesn't have a great AI assistant to help you meet your goals. And if you prioritize travel, it will also be foolish to not have a travel advisor with great technology helping them do the best they can possibly do.
Absolutely. Now, well, I'm looking forward to next year's summit, and it's been great to see you at this one. I think you're leaving before the party this one, though, so I don't know.
I am, sadly. I had a baby a few weeks ago, so I got to go home and change.
That's no excuse.
My wife wouldn't agree.
Well, congratulations on that. And you have another baby you've begun here with the Travel Technology Summit, and it sounds like it's really expanding and growing, and I'm looking forward to it next year. Gilad, thank you so much for taking the time to explain what the Technology Summit is, what your view of technology, because you've been on the ground floor, at least with these guys, for 10 years now. I remember when Matthew first introduced you, and you're right, when you first gave your speech to the members, they're like, what's this? Is this going to hurt us? Is this going to be something we can use? And it absolutely could use.
Exactly. The answer is absolutely both. And the thing is, the more you embrace it, the more you innovate, the more it will support you and help you build a business.
Absolutely. Well, Gilad, again, sorry you're gonna miss that. Enjoy changing the diapers. I don't know about that. And I'm sure I'll see you before then, but you and I are going to see each other in Dubai, right?
Absolutely. I can't wait.
That's where the next Virtuoso Symposium will be. I'm James Schillinglaw from Las Vegas here at Virtuoso Travel Week, and this is Insider Travel Report.